Welcome back to Fresno Forward. I'm your host, Brock Tatum, and joining me now is Charlie in the Box. He's a local political activist and a truth monster of Fresno. You may have seen him around on some YouTube videos. You may have seen him around town on the streets, just putting out the vibe. So here he is, Charlie in the Box, ladies.
If the American people knew and prized the rights which God has given them, they would never be enslaved. Liberties once lost would be lost forever. What's going on, America? It's your boy Charlie in the Box. Check it out. Look at what I got in my box this week. It's gonna be. It looks like is America a more closed society today? That's gonna be up to you to decide. Let's get this video started. So why is it any concerns of the American people understanding a closing society? Because they would understand there's a cancer in this great nation of ours. And the only thing stopping this cancer is you not getting the knowledge of understanding their agenda. So they had to close American society down, a loss of liberties, and this is how you recognize it. First, they got to start off with creating a horrifying enemy, and they did it with the war on terror. You know, Al-Qaeda, the Muslim Brotherhood, or ISIS. It doesn't matter how they change their name. It's the same old freaking adversaries, you right? A never-ending war. They done it. The second thing they need to do is create a gulag, a prison system outside of law. You know those FEMA camps are doing behind the scenes in secret? And Guantanamo Bay. Passing laws, otherwise they wouldn't be able to do without creating that freaking war on terror, like the National Defense Authorization Act and the Patriot Act. They're doing it little by little. The third thing they need to do is to organize. Encourage some, but demonize others. Well, let's look at the people they encourage. All the labor unions, the communists, the socialists that are hell-bent to destroy this nation, like MAPA, or even today, the freaking Black Panthers. You guys see what they did over there in Ferguson, Missouri, right? That's some really bad shit. Wanted to kill that officer, but that's okay and that's encouraged. They're just oppressed. But the people they want to demonize today, the ones that they say that want to violently overthrow this nation, like the libertarians, the constitutionalists, and the Tea Party, that want to bring a checks and balances back to the system. Which one out of the two groups has evoked violence? This side. Which one are the ones they're demonizing? This side. Which one want to fix and restore the republic? This side. Which one wants to overthrow it? This side. So conquer, divide and conquer, they're getting it done. Organizing, they're getting it done. The next is a surveillance system. You know all those cameras in all major cities across the United States of America? That's one part of it. With the drones surveilling our country without the American people's knowledge, that's another part of it. And the NSA spying and all your freaking messages and all your emails and all your personal data. They're getting away with it, America. Some more things you guys need to watch out for is when they start harassing citizen groups. You know, like our churches, the freedom to exercise thereof. No, it's been in the paper. The government has been talking to them. Next is to target key individuals like the Drudge Reporter, Alex Jones, people that are getting this knowledge out to the mass public. Next is to control the press, but you know what? That's been in the pocket for decades. And whenever there's whistleblowers like Snowden, demonize them, say they're treasonous, and they need to be either dealt with, thrown in prison, or brought up on treason, or just freaking plain out killed. Because when the social collapse of America happens right around the corner, and when this country can't keep printing the amount of money that it does at this astronomical rate each freaking minute, well, all the cards come crumbling down, and then there's a suspension of the laws. The constitutionality within government and those FEMA camps will be filled with people that were trying to fix and restore this public, put a checks and balances back to the system, but the mass public ignored it. Even though all the evidence is out there right in front of your face, you just have to research a little bit of this knowledge, the people choose to ignore it with apathy and ignorance. But when that runs out, America, what do you have on your freaking side? Nothing. Hopelessness and defeat. So if you're not going to do everything in your power to restore your life, liberty, and this country, America, recognize and close this society because you're living it. You're going to do everything in your power to destroy all three. Charlie in the Box out.
Charlie Boss, baby.
Next is to set up a surveillance system. You know, with all the cameras everywhere, the drones spying us over The next is to set up a surveillance system, a spy grid, The next they need to do is set up a surveillance grid. You know, a spy grid. You know what? So why would the American people want to know why they have a closing to society? So why would the American people need to know why? So why would the American people need to know why they're having? So why would the American people need to know why they have a closing society? So why should the American people understand about a closing society? It's because they would have the knowledge of understanding that there has been a violent... So why is it so important that Americans understand a closing society? Because they would have the knowledge to recognize a loss of liberties today, because liberties once